Let me open up this. I named this shit my favorite business books, but I should have just named this shit. Who the fuck is ready for 2025?
Word.
I'm on right now. Nah, I ain't trying to do that, bro. I'm on live right now, bro.
Are you ready? What's your plan?
Yo,
Yeah, client.
it's been so long, man. I don't even do these lives no more like that, man. Gotta check on my people, see what they doing, see what they up to. What's everybody doing these days? Oh, how did I do that? And then the shit just.
Did you finally make 10K a month like you said you was going
to? Gotta see what they doing, man. What they doing? What they doing? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Everybody trickle in. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Everybody's always asking me, what's my favorite books? How did this happen to this book? Oh, well, it's not on the inside. Everybody's always asking me about book recommendations. And I'm going to show some book recommendations. Damn, I haven't even finished reading this cash advertising book, but I know so much of this shit already. But like this book, if you want to learn how to write copy, you need to read this. And this is not the end all be all. Let me wait for these people to start trickling in. I think I'm gonna start doing this every Saturday. That's what I'm gonna start doing every Saturday. You know what? I should update the thumbnail and make it look like a book, like a different book. Hold on. Can I change this? Yeah, I can. I think. I'll change it another time. Whatever. Wasn't it so lovely when you used to love me? Where are you guys at, man? Where are you guys at? Let's get it. Oh, got somebody on. Yo, I'm gonna call you back, bro.
All right, bro.
All right. What is going on? If you're watching this, what is up? I think I'm gonna try to start doing these live streams more. I've been way more active on YouTube recently, as you guys can see. Trying to like take this to the next level and help you guys out as much as possible. If you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Say what's up in the chat. I want to hear from you. Hey, Roman, come here. Come here, Roman. Please don't start barking. Thank you. Where's everybody at, man? Damn, y'all don't love me no more? What happened? This shit used to be flocking. I used to get like hella people on. Let's see. Feel away, feel away. I try with you. Let's see what's today. Today's Saturday. What is up? What is everyone up to, man? Yo, Jason. Thank you, brother. I've been making a lot of content, man. And I'm just trying to figure out what else I should start making. I mean, I think I'm gonna start making content about lessons I've learned from certain business ventures and stuff like that. And really getting more into business. Like rather than I know this channel originally started off as helping people, learn their way through digital marketing and like learn digital marketing in general. But now, hey Roman, come here. With the tactics and stuff like that. But now I want to talk more about business. Um, I want to talk more about how businesses grow, how to grow a local business through the lens of what I know, which is sales, uh, strategy, um, and just stuff like that overall. Sales, strategy, search marketing, psychology, persuasion, all of that stuff. And I think I want to start going live more now on YouTube, every weekend at least to try to just start seeing more of what people want and trying to just make the channel better overall. My goal, honestly, my goal is just to help people. That's it. Like I want to help people. I want to build up the education portion of my business as well. Roman, get down. Roman, come here. I want to coach people again. I started coaching someone that sparked this fire in me that made me want to start coaching again. And I've been reading a whole bunch of books. That's why I made this because I know people will be asking me for books. So like this is one of the books that I read. Um, I'm not done reading it, but I know a lot of stuff in here. So sometimes I'll just go back and just look at the table of contents and pick out, you know, like what I want. And this is a book about copywriting. And I think this is the most like copywriting is the most important skill in general because when you learn how to write copy, you learn how to understand the business because you can't sell something that you don't understand. So I think copywriting and sales is the most important business, period. I mean, not business skill, period, to really understand everything else. But I think you can't just be like a salesperson or a or a copywriter. I mean, you can, but you got to understand multiple things in general. So that's what I like this book for. Like, this is a great book. I'd recommend it. It's very high level, but it gives you a lot of frameworks that you can always refer to and you can always use. And it's backed up by a lot of stuff. And it's called Cash Advertising Online by Dr. Drew Eric Whitman. It's a great book. Yeah, check this out. I mean, I have a lot of books, man. Like, this is what I'm reading right now. This is called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. And this is about how people make decisions. And it talks about how there's two different types of parts of our brain. And the first side is he refers to as system one. And then the second side is what he refers to as system two. And system one and system two are both narrated in first person as if they're people. And or maybe not in first person, in third person, but they're narrated as if they're people. And system one thinking is about um like system one thinking, I believe, is the fast thinking, and then system two is the slower thinking. Yeah. So system one is fast, system two is slower. And the difference between them is that fast is more intuitive and emotional, and system two is more deliberate and more logical. But most people think with system one. And so if you understand how people make decisions, this, and to be honest, you have to read this book with a grain of salt, because I've like looked at several reviews on this book, and one of the things that comes up a lot is that a lot of his testing, which I kind of realized this while I was reading it, which is why I started Googling this stuff. But a lot of the testing in this book is not 100% accurate for how you should test in general. And so, like, there's things in here that you definitely that are true, but there's also stuff in here that's false. Um, so you kind of have to take this with a grain of salt. But if you, it's still a great study. Like, it was the first kind of book that it was on basically behavioral economics. And if you really want to be good at marketing and you want to understand two systems of thought, system one, fast thinking, and system two, then I highly recommend buying this book. You just take it with a grain of salt. So first is Tamor, what's up, man? First is cash advertising if you want to learn how to do copywriting. And this doesn't really teach you how people think per se, even though it does to some degree because it's the psychology behind what you're doing. This gives you a whole bunch of frameworks to write off of, hooks, lines, things that people typically like, I don't know, like what you need to say in order to get people to buy stuff. And this is like for psychological thinking. You think copywriting is saturated? What do you mean by is copywriting saturated? Copywriting is a fundamental skill. It's not like SEO, or it's not like paid search, or it's not like any of those skills. Like, copywriting is the most important skill, because copywriting forces you to think about the business overall and to understand the business. And if you want to be able to succeed with the business and you want to be able to make sales for the business, then you need to learn how the business works. And the best way to learn about how something works in general is writing. It's not just copywriting. It's like, if you want to understand anything, you write about it. And copywriting is the most fundamental skill because of that. And the difference between copywriting and SEO and paid search is that it doesn't really matter about how many people are trying to get into it, or whatever the case may be, because copywriting is a skill that you can fundamentally get better than someone else at, because this stacks over time. The better you get at copywriting and the better you get at sales, the more you can take those like human interactions and actually improve upon them. With things like SEO and paid search, when you're doing Facebook ads, you're running ads, but the reason why ads perform well in the first place is because of copywriting. Like, most people look at the message over the design, over the video. Like, the creative doesn't matter if the message is not good. And that's copywriting, right? And like, the thing is that if you don't understand how to write copy, then you're never going to be able to understand how to really sell the product that you're trying to sell. And that's why it's a fundamental thing. That's why I don't compare it to like everything else, because this is the only skill that you can actually, like, if it's me and someone else doing SEO, we can be the same level in SEO, because there's a rule set to get better at SEO. Like, you can just follow how out there, because SEO is about ranking for an algorithm, right? Like, that's it. And Google releases all the information. So you can learn how to copywriting can never be saturated. Like, if you just let me finish what I'm saying, and you'll understand what I'm saying this. You can, with SEO and with Google ads and with paid like Facebook ads and all of that stuff, like, you just learn how the platform works, and then they change how the platform works over time. So because the platform changes, you can never become a master at that platform, because it's going to change in accordance to what their business goals are, right? So you can never really master those skills. And you can't really get better at those skills because they change so much. And sure, some stuff that are fundamental in those skills stay the same. But like next thing you know, like Google's gonna just use AI for like uh for Google Ads, right? Like that's it. And the people who are going to be able to make the difference, because you got to understand is that those are just the traffic generation skills. Once you understand how to get traffic, now you have to understand how to make sales. And copywriting allows you to understand how to make sales. And not everybody's going to be equal in their understanding of copywriting. And that's because one person can be good at this and one person can be mediocre at this. And it depends on how much they understand people. And that's why you cannot be saturated at this because not everybody's going to be the same level. Not everybody's as good as David Ogilvy, but everyone in SEO can be the same level because it's a generic thing that you can get good at. And so, like, this is the most, like, there's no skill that's more important than copywriting. Like, none. There's nothing except for sales, and sales is the same thing as copywriting and print. Like, this gives you a full understanding of a business. So, like, I guarantee you, if you take an expert copywriter and you put them in a Facebook ads account and you compare them to a Facebook ads specialist, you take those two people, you put them on the same team, you give them the same assignment, you give them the same things to do. The copywriter is, and this isn't anything. You put a copywriter in Google Ads, a good one, not a regular fucking copywriter that doesn't know what they're talking about. You put a good copywriter on Google Ads or a good copywriter on Facebook, and you put them against a Facebook strategist, they're gonna fucking blow the Facebook guy out of the fucking water. Like, it's not even gonna be close because they understand the psychological aspect of humans. And you gotta remember that back in the day, when people used to buy shit in newspapers, you couldn't get as granular and as specific with your targeting, right? The reason why digital advertising is so good right now is because of how specific you can get. But the thing is, copywriters should be so good that they can sell something to someone who's not even interested in what that person has to sell. That's how you know when somebody is really a good copywriter, when they can do that. And that's why this is the most fundamental skill. Another book that I've read that I reread is Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. And it basically tells you about, how strategies. Oh, when did this happen? Oh, my pages got bent. I didn't know that. I'm annoyed by that. It's only 2 pages, but I don't like having bents, or I don't like my pages to be written in or anything like that, but whatever. It's just a book. Anyways, Good Strategy, Bad Strategy is different because of how that's gonna annoy me. Because of how it tells you about strategy. I mean, I'll read you a page out of this book real quick so you can understand. Because everybody thinks they know what strategy is, and they don't. They really don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, most of the stuff that people are telling you that strategy is not strategy. Honestly, let's see. Let's go to chapter 1 real quick. I'm all the way in chapter 5. Okay. Actually, let's see. I'll read you part 1. So you ready? The most basic idea. Actually, look. I know, right? Yeah, it is like wrinkle close. The most basic idea of strategy is the application of strength against weakness, or if you prefer, a strength applied to the most promising opportunity. The standard modern treatment of strategy has expanded this idea into a rich discussion of potential strengths, today called advantages. There are advantages due to being a first mover, scale, scope, network effects, reputation, patents, brands, and hundreds more. None of these are logically wrong, and each can be important. Yet this whole mid-level framework misses 2 huge, incredibly important natural sources of strength. Having a coherent strategy, one that coordinates policies and actions. A good strategy doesn't just draw on existing strengths, it creates strength through the coherence of its design. Most organizations of any size don't do this. Rather, they pursue multiple objectives that are unconnected with one another, or worse, that conflict with one another, right? Then it says number two, the creation of new strengths through subtle shifts in viewpoint. An insightful reframing of a competitive situation can create whole new patterns of advantage and weaknesses. The most powerful strategies arise from such a game changing insight. And like it basically tells you the difference between good strategy and bad strategy. So, highly suggest reading this if you want to know the difference between it. Bro, I have a lot of books, bro. You don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't even only read this stuff. This is like, I have another book right here. Like, this is about strategy. Like, this is Marketing by Seth Godin. This is about marketing. And I think there's something in here that I really like, which is honestly this he puts it on the back of his book. People like us do things like this. This philosophy to me is so like if you understand people like us do things like this, oh my God, bro. Like it's so much gems in this book. This book is so good, bro. Like I've read this whole thing. And like I bought this book like 3 times. That's how good this book is. Oh man, and this bro, this is like a whole nother. I mean, this is like a fucking PhD. Like if you want to read this, I mean, this shit will oh my, the stuff in this book. Yeah, this book is dangerous. This will make you really good. I just ordered 2 new books. I ordered the Baron Letters and I ordered Breakthrough Advertising. Breakthrough Advertising. Word, bro. Go to Barnes & Noble. Get this book. Influenced by Robert Cialdini, The Psychology of Persuasion, How to Convince People to Say Yes. This is like, if you want to know how to get people to say yes, read this shit. I'm telling you. Like, I don't always do this. If I always did this stuff that I know, oh my God, bro. Yeah, you got to read that. Then Atomic Habits. I just bought it because I never read it. I just bought it. I bought it because I'm trying to like build up better habits around eating, honestly. And a lot of people talk about this book and said that it was life changing for them. So that's why I bought it. I never read it though. And then oh, you read that one? Is it good? Did you like it? Did you feel like it changed shit for you? I have this other book. It's not marketing or anything. It's just about like good calories versus bad calories for eating. Because you probably noticed this before, but I always like lose weight and then I gain it back. And then, bro, I have so many books that are not business related, but like they're still business related. This book I just bought as well. This is Strategy by Seth Godin. So I'm gonna read this one. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna read this. I like how this book is too. Like the paper that he uses. I don't know. It just feels like a kid's book. Yeah, I like this. I like this book. And I have like philosophy books, like Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. Like this is like a whole different type. This is like reading the Bible, bro. And I actually have this book twice, by the way. I have this one. I have this one. And I have like all of his whole collection right here. This whole thing, which this was a present to me by one of my close friends. And then I have like maps of meaning. I have a whole bunch of shit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have so many, bro. I have that's not even nothing. Let me show you. It's honestly because I can't learn from the internet anymore. I read 48 Laws of Power, but I don't like that book. I don't think it's a good book, personally. Then I have this book, which is Maps of Meaning by Jordan Peterson. This is like a super like, in-depth book. It's very dense. I like reading hard books because it challenges me to think. So I got this one, and then I have I have this one by Catherine Pierce. Yeah, Jordan Peterson's my guy, bro. This one is like The Power of Having Fun. And then some of these books that I have is just because like Jordan Peterson honestly recommended it. Like, I mean, this one I got because of Iman Ghazi, The Way of the Superior Man. And I started reading it, but I got bored. I stopped reading it. I need to read it. Then I have this one by Carl Jung, who's like a philosopher slash psychologist. And I just read this. I just got this because Jordan Peterson always talks about him. I haven't started reading this one yet. I have so much more, bro. I have other books by Young. I mean, I have so many books. I mean, I might as well just show you all. I have books here. I have books that I don't even. Alex Hormozy, yeah. I read his $100 million leads book. It was a pretty good book. I'm not gonna lie, but I think it just reinforced for me to do stuff that I already know that I don't do. Honestly, like it's kind of basic. Yeah, Carl Jung is good. So this is, Carl Jung's The Archetype and the Collective Unconscious. Then I have Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. And then I have Ordinary Men by Christopher R. Browning. Then I have Master and the Margarita by Mikhail Bogdanov. And then I have, this is not even all my books. I have some books at my mom's house. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And then I also have 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. I read this whole thing. And I'm going to be honest, it was a great book, but it was things that I felt like was already aligned with who I am. So I don't feel like I learned anything from this, honestly. Yeah, I didn't really learn anything from this. Like, it didn't really teach me anything. It didn't really give me anything that I didn't already know. And then I have this one, The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Yo, hold on, bro. All right, guys. I got my dude Nick. He just called me. Y'all probably know him, Nick Battles. I'm a hop off of this. But I want to do live streams more. It's been a while since I did a live stream. Thanks for watching, Jason. Everybody else, I don't know where the hell they're at. But I appreciate you. I know like a couple of people tuned in and they just left. But yo, Jason, I actually just launched a book, an ebook, and I think it's only $20, but it'll definitely. I mean, a lot of this shit, I basically synthesized a lot of it and put my own like spin on it. So if you want to read something, you can check that out too. But anyways, man, I'll chat with you later. I'm gonna end this. Let's see.